Alright, hello everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 16, Camino Lost, along with the Season 1 review in total. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it for the episode recap, Episode 16. Honestly, it's probably the most basic and least interesting episode we've had in the season, especially for the finale. Last time we knew it, the Bad Batch was getting orbitally bombarded by the Empire on Tapoka City. And literally all in this episode, they literally just escape the city and, yeah. They go through the little underwater pipes back to the secret laboratory and they escape on the Marauder. The only interesting thing I thought in the episode was, there was a lot of team dynamics between Crosshair and the rest of the Bad Batch. They had some interesting moments. Yeah, the escape was pretty... kind of felt like a middle of the episode arc. But it was the last episode. Right. So we'll keep this episode review brief so we can go on for the season review as a whole. And we have Family B and Star Wars Fan to talk about it today.
Hello.
So, I mean, I don't have much to say about the episode. I don't think you two either do either.
I just wish they focused more on the kind of team dynamic, like you were saying. Like they had parts of it, but I feel like they should have developed that more. Than made that like the clear focus of this episode. Because nothing really happens at the end. Like they just kind of escape and go their separate ways. Crosshair stays with the Empire, and they stay on their own.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It just feels like it was anticlimactic.
I was like thinking, like, shit, that's it? Yeah, I was kind of... Now, it was interesting to know that Crosshair still didn't want to, like, he was still supporting the Empire after they left him for dead, so that was interesting, I think, but, Star Wars? You?
I mean, I just had a thought about, like, the lab scene where, like, Hunter entered it. It's like, wait, what's this place? And it's like, didn't you literally just, like, in the last episode, go through that place?
No, Hunter didn't go there. He was captured, remember?
Yeah, that's right, he was.
Hunter, they were going to rescue Hunter, so he wasn't there with them.
Okay, so, well, I mean, that goes to show just how forgettable the last two episodes were.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like we get like the lab scene, and then like we get the same information all over again, but it's just told to Hunter now.
Film the remaining, yeah.
One of the things I did not like about the episode, and it has to do with Omega, yet again, I let out an audible groan when she opened her pod to save EZ, the robot.
Oh my god.
It's like she really just can't leave anybody behind, can she? And she has to like risk her life and everybody else's life, you know?
She was
especially
home
for a
free,
robot.
bro. She was home free. Like like AZ was like, the path is clear, Omega, I've done my job, and she's like, no, get back here.
No, I mean, I'd like AZ, but yeah, he could have went down there. Yeah.
I saw like a tweet or something, like kind of earlier in the season or before the season came out, that the people working on the final episode, like, were crying when they were doing it. Like, that was super emotional. And
really? No.
I was expecting someone to die, and so when AZ was going down, I was like, oh, okay, this is... it was a little sad, but then Omega just kind of ruined it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, like it's like, you know, it was about like sacrifice. It was like a nice farewell to the character, but then nope.
Nope.
And maybe I'll save the discussion for later.
Yeah. All right. Trying to think. Do I have any other thoughts for this episode?
I mean, going through like the underwater tunnel, I feel like that was maybe just like a little bit suspenseful, especially since like some people have like a fear of the ocean.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that sea monster was interesting a little bit. I was
Yeah.
kind of wondering what he looked like.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see like the underwater of Kamino because we don't really see that. I mean, we know that like the Kaminoans ride that one sea creature, but that looked like a different sea creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely different. This one looked like I don't know, maybe the Sando Aqua monster from Naboo. Maybe a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, it kind of did remind me of that. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest monster in
Oh yeah.
the sea.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, that was the biggest. Alright, yeah, I can't think of anything. There might be something I'll remember later, but whatever. So,
Oh, wait, do you want to talk about like the final scene? With Nala
yeah. You got something
I mean,
about that? I don't.
I don't know. I mean, I'll just mention it. I mean, like the thing is, I think that was like probably like story-wise, like the most interesting thing about the episode. But then again, it didn't really tell us much. Nala gets on a transport. With all like the clone commandos too. Oh yeah, it's like
That planet was pretty
also
cool though, with like the mountains. I thought that I want to go there one day. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
That was my favorite part about that scene. Just the design.
Yeah, that was
of the
interesting.
planet.
But obviously, like this is actually, I mean, like, the only thing really special about what just happens there is that she talks to one of the Imperial scientists there, and the Imperial scientist is wearing like the same uniform as Dr. Pershing from The Mandalorian. So there's a connection there. But I mean, that's really all you can make. But another thing is like there was also that one clone that talks to Vice Admiral Rampart. So the clones haven't all been disappeared yet. You know, there's still clones and now TK troopers. I don't know how that's gonna play out. And they're still using clone commandos, but the clone commandos had like these like black stripes. At first, I thought it was the rest of Delta Squad, but they're probably just like Imperial commandos, black stripes.
Right. Well, alright. I think with the episode review out of the way, let's talk about the season as a whole. I think overall, just oh fuck, alright. Overall, yeah, I think the season started strong, but there was just a lot of plot threads that didn't get tied off nicely, and I feel like the whole show could get a lot more concise if it follows like the 3-story arc, like Clone Wars did. Kept to that format. I mean, it worked for Clone Wars when that got going, so yeah, I think good potential, but if it can get its shit together for season 2, it'd be even better.
The first episode was just so good. Is the best by far, and it's not even close. Like,
well, is that because it was just like an hour long, or was it actually like a good thread?
The story
or a good,
was interesting.
Plot?
Yeah.
Like the opening of Order 66 and everything, and the whole team dynamic between Crosshair and the rest of them, and then the Empire like forming, like it was just all amazing. And
well, I kind of feel like Order 66 is always going to be that ace card, you know? I mean, that's always interesting to see. So maybe the show was kind of doomed from there, because you get a collateral, because, you know, it couldn't, I mean, how much better can it get?
Any better.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe
that's fair.
Maybe that's part of it, perhaps.
Well, I think the runtime length of the first episode definitely played in its favor. The rest of the episodes were just like
20-ish minutes.
30, 20-ish minutes. I think each episode could really benefited from 40 minutes.
Right.
Or just have less episodes in general, like 16. I mean, the thing is, this started like May the 4th, right? And now it's like, it's August, I'm getting ready going back to school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long 16 weeks.
The whole summer.
Especially like the last 2 episodes really could have just been 1 episode. Like the thing is, they did not need to break with how little that happened in the last episode. They did not need to break it up into the 2-part finale.
Right.
I mean, when you break it up like at a 2-part finale, you're really kind of like hyping it up, I guess. But Just so little.
And they also described it as like a thrilling finale on Disney Plus, like the episode description.
Well, that's just all
really.
stump speeches and such. You know? Well, not stump speeches, but
when the Bad Batch was trying to escape, it's like because they announced like a second season, I felt no emotion. I was like, okay, they're obviously they're gonna make it out. I thought that maybe they might kill off a character. Yeah, but there's no suspense. And like the story as a whole, right? It was kind of like all over the place. You had a lot of filler episodes with like the Bad Batch doing missions for Sid, or like the one with like the Rancor, right? I mean, that's really just like fan service. Right?
And the bounty hunters after Omega.
Yeah, like Fennec Shan. Oh yeah, we didn't see like Fennec Shan again. Nor did we see Cad Bane again.
I think the reason for that is because Nala Se got captured by the Empire, so they have an excuse for not bringing them back. But still, those were decent episodes. Those were solid episodes. I'll give them that.
There's like the Empire forming as well, Crosshair, and his new squad. I mean, those 4 big plot points there throughout the season.
Yeah, but the thing is, they didn't show that enough.
Yeah,
right. It was always just the Bad Batch pulling a mission for
Omega. How did I forget about her?
Oh yeah, and then Omega. Yeah,
she's another big thing.
Omega has really been a disappointment as a character.
We're gonna move on to her now.
Well, maybe let me say that. But yeah, the story as a whole, right? It's like nothing has really been resolved in this first season, right? The Empire is still rising, right? That's this storyline, right? And the story within the Bad Batch themselves, right? Crosshair wasn't killed, nor did he join the Bad Batch. They're still at odds with each other. It's like I can't really feel satisfied because on a fundamental storytelling level, nothing's really been resolved.
Yeah, he didn't change much at all, because now that we know that his motivations were based without the chip, like Omega said, like he's just kind of remained the same.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that about Crosshair's character.
I do too, but when you think about it, if he was in that mindset for the entire season, we didn't get much from him.
Yeah, and exactly. It's because the show didn't show enough of him and his squad and the Empire.
Right.
And I think the show really suffered as a result of that.
One of the things I did like that they did was they focused on, in the Ryloth story arc, they focused on like Hera and her family, and the Bad Batch kind of showed up like halfway through the episode. So
that's true.
The story was focused on other people rather than just the Bad Batch, but they were still in it. I think they could have benefited from doing that with the Empire, and having a couple episodes focused on Crosshair and his squad. And then they get an alert that the Bad Batch are doing something, and then they go try and fight them. I think they just fumbled the bag with Crosshair. Like
the bag, the ball.
Oh yeah. No, they dropped the ball.
But like,
whatever.
The rewatchability of this season is not very good, other than the first episode.
Yeah, I'll probably not watch it.
Like, it's just very forgettable. The story's all over the place.
Yeah,
there's a lot of forgettable things that happen because 90% of the episodes are filler. Which, like Star Wars said, I think they could benefit from cutting down the episodes or just not having as many filler. Like just having more stories and stuff, like actual stories.
Well, I don't think filler's necessarily bad. But
right, but it's.
I think because Clone Wars did that pretty well, for being honest.
Yeah.
They had their like stupid filler episodes of C-3PO, but that was a much longer show.
When you have 8 filler episodes in a row, one week after the other, 8 solid weeks of filler episodes, it kind of gets dry. And you're just still holding out hope for the finale to be good, and then we get this.
Right.
So it's just very underwhelming. Yeah.
Or do you want to move on to the character of Omega now?
Well, I know that's your like favorite talking point.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, okay, Omega. I think I follow that. Steve Harveyspapa isn't with us today, so it'd be good to have his like counterpoint to Star Wars. I don't know. She wasn't horrible.
To me, she kind of was.
Yeah, I know. We know that. Let me talk.
Fine, I'll let you talk, and then I'll talk.
I don't know if I liked her as much as Steve Harveyspapa. Yeah, oftentimes she just gets to like do whatever the fuck she wants, like rashly saving AZ in this episode, and then she gets away scot-free. There was moments of that. But, I mean, I could see how she was like, holy shit. Got bayoneted. I could see how, like, she was the, maybe like a moral compass for the Bad Batch, where they were lacking that before they met her. So, I think she's alright. Yeah.
I don't know. To me, she was really a letdown of a character. The voice actor. I think her voice acting is, like, all over the place. You know, sometimes her name is Omega, other times it's Omega, and
other times it's Omega.
Or yeah, other times it's Omega too. It's like, okay, it's like, what are you trying to even do? Like this weird British, American, Australian, New Zealand accent. It really was all over the place, and maybe that was because of the pandemic. I don't know. I don't know if she was in a booth or if she was at it, you know, trying to record her lines at home.
I mean, the show looked professional. You can't smack it for that. Yeah. I mean,
well,
the visuals are better than ever, and I thought the sound quality was great.
I agree.
Yeah, but just Omega's voice actor in general, just disappointing.
Felt like Michelle Ang then.
Also...
Not a fan.
Is that her name?
Yeah, that's in the credits.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I don't know. I didn't think she really did a good job, right? Yeah, especially with how she always changes how she pronounces her name.
My God.
Yeah, and what you were also saying is that, you know, like, to me as a character, the character didn't really grow or learn anything about herself, or you know, or really even matured. I mean, yeah, she's a kid, I get it, but the thing is, she's still so incredibly naive, and she feels that she has to just save everybody, even save a droid. Like, come on. Yeah, and the thing is, like, you know, like, there was that kind of dynamic where, like, you know, like, Hunter sat down and, like, talked to her. It's like, hey, it's like, you know, you gotta learn that your actions have consequences. But then it's like, she's like, okay, but then it's like, that's never reinforced with Hunter. She is so spoiled by that squad, I swear. Like, right, with, like, Wrecker, it's like, oh, let's not break tradition. Oh, yeah, I guess they broke that tradition, didn't they? With the fucking, eating those, that snack.
Yeah, the space popcorn, I think. That's what it basically was. Yeah. Yeah, I did like the dynamics, like with Hunter kind of being the dad for Omega, Wrecker the fun uncle, but kind of to move on, Tech didn't really have a dynamic. And Echo, I mean, I kind of forget he's a Bad Batch member.
Tech was my favorite character.
Yeah.
He's honestly the most helpful. He's the one that always just, like, thinks straight.
Shot time.
I mean, he was so helpful. But wait. I mean, I just want to also just mention one thing about Omega, is that, shoot, I forgot it.
No, you've already said enough. Maybe that's for the best.
There's another thing I wanted to mention.
You know, sometimes Omega can get a little bit on my nerves, but other than that, it's just a little bit.
Okay. Damn it.
She's decent character at best.
Yeah, you didn't really get to talk about her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When they say, like, the actions have consequences thing, like, she thinks she can save everyone. She's like, you have to go get Hunter. You have to go get AC. Like, and she ruined AZ's sacrifice, and sometimes it just gets on my nerves.
Yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. Like, the thing is, did the character of Omega really have to be a female clone of Jango Fett? I say no. The thing is like, because they said that, right? It's like we all like in like the very first episodes. I remember we always were like predicting what her special enhancement was because all the rest of the Bad Batch members had special enhancements. And Leaf said that she must be force sensitive. And then as the season went on, there was no real hints about that. And now it's like the season's really ended, and there has been no really big reveal about Omega. Other than this just
honestly, I don't think she's anything. She doesn't have any mojo or...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
superpower.
The thing is, like, that's just, like, not interesting to me. Like, the thing is, you could literally just make her, like, an orphan character that was left behind at the Kaminoan facility, right? And... it's like the character would really have been unchanged.
Maybe like controlling her power if she had one could have been a good theme for her.
Yeah, but there's literally nothing special about her.
Pull Spider-Man out. I know it's generic, but would have been something.
Yeah. There's literally nothing special about her, and that also just made, like, it's like, okay, why should I care about Omega?
All right. Oh, they're shooting me. They're shooting me. Be stupid. Yeah, another thing, Echo, I mean, I watched his arc in Season 7, where he got rescued by the Bad Batch, and I think he had a good amount of time there, but, I don't know, they kind of wasted him in this season. I mean, you kind of forget he's part of the Bad Batch, besides wearing the armor. I mean, yeah, no dynamic with Omega. He was once a reg, too, an ARC trooper, so that would have been nice to play off on, but... Yeah, they didn't I mean, I get he's changed and stuff, but have a little bit more of that normal clone personality. That would have been nice to see. That's kind of like when I liked when he stood up for trying to help Rex in that somewhat soon episode. Episode 14, I think it was. He put his name out there a little bit. Gave an opinion. Yeah. Because, I mean, we were kind of starved on normal clones in this season and show, so I think Echo could have done that a little bit better.
And speaking of Rex, I hope they end up fighting with him in Season 2. I hope they use him more instead of just kind of shrugging him off and
everyone joins the rebellion ragtag crew. Yeah,
the return of the Martez sisters. Hey.
Oh God, I forgot about them. Whatever. They didn't show up again. I'm fine.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't show up again.
Yeah, the Martez sisters.
That's another thing I forgot about this episode. This season.
Yeah. See, it's like so many just forgettable things just happen.
Yeah. Well, alright. Season 1. Final thoughts as a whole. We've kind of went into the details of characters and such.
Overall,
What would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10? Probably maybe like a high 4, low 5.
Oh, that low. Okay.
Yeah.
Family, you? Final thoughts? Score?
I'd say it's 6 out of 10. We are a little bit spoiled with Star Wars shows, with The Mandalorian and Clone Wars Season 7 being so good. But
except the Trace arc.
So this was definitely worse than them, but like at the same time, it's just decent at best. So I'll give it a 6.
Oh my goodness, I'm bad at this game.
They should have really started out slower.
Yeah, I kind of feel we have the great graphics of like the best Star Wars quality Clone Wars animation, it's never looked better, but I don't know, the arcs and the story felt really loose, kind of like Season 1 Clone Wars at times. A little unguided of what it was going to be. And it doesn't have the time or luxury to have all the story threads like Clone Wars did, So, yeah, I just think with the multiple plot arcs that never got resolved and the unrefined story, I'd say 6 or 7. leaning closer to 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay, maybe I'll just settle with a 5.
A 5, okay, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, we do have a season 2 of the Bad Batch, as we mentioned. I don't know when that's releasing. I don't think this year.
Yeah, next year.
Maybe next sometimes, yeah. I'm stuck. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the journey of our reviews on this show. I think next up, we're kind of getting into fall, winter, is Book of Boba Fett, I believe.
Or Star Wars Visions, but...
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to talk about that. We got to decide the anime-style Star Wars show.
Yeah, I mean, plus it's also going to be non-canon, too, so...
Yeah, that's another thing to consider.
What we really even matter within the whole Star Wars universe.
Yeah. So yeah, I think with that, thanks for watching all of our reviews, and yeah, hope to see you around in the next one. Woo!
Until next time.